You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Everybody, welcome to Good News with G. You know, believe it or not, this is our 4th episode, but we need a little housekeeping before we get started. As always, the show is here to help you to encourage others to just put some good news out there, put some good vibes, and I'm your host, G. But I got some exciting news, believe it or not. I got a co-host that I've conversed, and is joining me.
I wouldn't say coerced. I'm happy to be here, G. Happy to be here. My name is Keisha, so it's Good News with G, and co-host today, Keisha.
Yes. So, as always, I kind of start everything out with, why we're doing this and how I came about doing this. And so, I started this just because there was just so much rhetoric out there and just so much, just nothing positive. I've never, ever seen anything in the news that was positive. So I said, well, man, it's time for some good news. And so that's kind of why I came up with this. And, usually I talk about why I want to do it, but today I have a mission statement, right? Don't we, Keisha? We got a mission
statement. Yeah, it's pretty easy.
It's really easy. We got a mission statement. So we got a goal here, and that is
to spread kindness and goodness with as many people as we can.
Yes, that's it. So we are out there. We're going to be out there doing this. And so now I have a partner in crime, so to speak. This is going to be helping me do this. So, how we do this is I encourage you to do good news, right? And my favorite word is incentive. And nothing in this world gets done without incentive, right? We all know that word. So my incentive to you is no matter what it is, right, Keisha? I mean, it could be you open the door. I mean,
a random act of kindness. Doing something nice for others, opening the door, walking groceries to the car, picking something up on the floor that fell for someone, something simple.
Yeah, if you see a $20 bill fall out of the guy's wallet, give it back to him, all right? It's not yours.
Right. That's a real act of kindness right there.
It is, right?
And what do they get for that?
Well, funny you should ask. I have it right here. So when you're feeling like that, I can get you to feel like that with my handmade rope signs. And so what I do, I give those out. So all you got to do is send us a video, right? We just want videos and we need content so bad, please.
So you can send us videos on YouTube. If you record it on your YouTube, just share it with Good News with G on YouTube, or just send it to us email at goodnewswithg@gmail.com.
See, that's not hard, right? And that's even catchy. So Good News with G, right? I mean, that's not hard to remember. Good News with G.
Yeah, it's very easy.
I'm going to have you saying that when you get up in the morning, all right?
Now, the hard part might be finding someone to do a random act of kindness these days.
Oh, it is, right?
So if you see it, make sure you share it with us. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, and you don't have to do it necessarily. You could just be tape recording somebody else doing it.
But you get the prize.
Yeah, but they get the prize. Whoever sends in the clip gets the incentive. And so how I make these, which is really cool, I take old slats. The old people are taking down their fence. I take the old slats and I try to keep that stuff from going into a landfill because we just got too much stuff. Every time I drive up to San Antonio, I see a mountain. I'm like, oh, that's not a mountain. That's a landfill growing. So, this is a way for you guys to keep stuff out of landfills. And so you can also email me too at, what is it, Keisha? What's my email?
goodnewswithg@gmail.com.
What it is.
Yeah.
You can email me your location and I'll come pick up the fence post as long as, they're not, really bad shape. They got to be somewhere in between, falling apart and a little bit sturdy. So what I do is I run them through a planer. I sand them down, take all the grime and dirt and everything off them. And then I rough them up a little bit and then I stain them and then I hand staple stuff to them. So there's a lot of work on those things.
Yeah, that is a lot of work, G.
I know, right?
So make sure you do your acts of kindness, you guys. He's putting in hard work.
Yeah, there it is. And it's free. Free. My favorite word, free.
Yeah, it's free.
So you can get those things for absolutely, what is it? What's the word?
It's free. Absolutely free. Just a random act of kindness.
That's it. So it's not costing you a dime.
Yeah.
And you can put those on your desk. You can leave them in an office. You can take them home with you.
You can give them as gifts to someone.
Right. And if you're going through a rough time, I mean, these are like, something. This is better than a refrigerator magnet. I promise you.
Or you could put a magnet on the back and put it on your refrigerator.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do so many things with them.
There's some functionality to them. So
make sure you do your random acts of kindness, you
yes,
guys. And make
please.
sure that you also share them with us. Do them and share them, okay? Don't just do them, but share it with us.
Yes, share. My favorite word, too, share. All right, so we got that out of the way. And then
what's next, G?
What's next?
What's next?
We actually have sponsors, too. So
Okay.
the most heartwarming, the most one that pulls at our heartstrings, the one that's really out there doing something other than opening a door. I mean, you could be in line at a grocery store at Walmart and you could buy their groceries. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but
Mow someone's lawn.
yeah. I mean, it just. So I have a prize box here. Oop, I got a prize box, and what we want to do is we want to fill it full of fun stuff. Or and if you've got a product, you have a service, you're a local artist. Anything that, if you want to give somebody a free barbecue meal or whatnot, I mean, it's really kind of up to you what that box will hold. Believe me, if you got stuff, I'm going to put it in that box. So it doesn't matter the amount we put in there. I really want to get something that kind of really represents the community. And so it's a real kind of, I just call it a community box, a community prize box.
That's a good name.
We're going to do that. So if you know of somebody and they might be interested and maybe they're not listening to us, so they can, reach out to us. What was that? What was my email again?
At goodnewswithg@gmail.
There,
Super simple.
There we
Super
go.
simple.
So you could do that. So that's your incentive for the day. Is we fill the prize box and win a free smiley face.
That's right.
So
Super simple
and super fun, right? So you guys, please, we need content, don't we? We need some content. I mean, now it's a 2-person show, thank God. And my hair will stop getting white, right? And I can breathe just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
we're here for you, G. No stressing.
Yeah.
No stressing.
So we need. This is a community thing, and so that's one of our big things is it is a community radio station, and that's what we do. So.
That's
And
good.
yeah, and so
That makes me feel good. Just hearing you tell us what your mission is, I'm happy already.
Our mission, right?
I just want to do an act of kindness today.
Yeah, we do,
Today.
right? We're going to do something today, right? So basically, this is like our 4th show, as I said, and I first started out. My first show was just me talking incoherently, basically, and just rambling on, kind of like what old people do.
You did okay. Give yourself some credit. You did okay.
Right. So I've decided to make an outline of what we're going to do.
Okay.
So just make it easy. We're going to talk usually about something with the community. If we find something we think that's really interesting and it's really going to have a lot of fun with it, and then we have an inspiration, which guess what you're going to talk about.
That's my section.
You've got some good stuff. Boy, I tell you, we have some.
A lot of inspiring things.
We do. We got some 12-year-olds that are making me jealous. I swear.
Making all of us jealous.
I wish I was 12 again because it's just amazing the kind of kids that are out there. I mean, it really is. They put all their effort and energy, and I mean, they are just 100% in.
Yeah, they definitely deserve to be on the inspirational slot because they're definitely that. Inspirations.
Yeah, and it's not just a business to them. It's their
lifestyle. It's their passion. It's their mission.
Yes, their mission.
It's their mission.
It's their mission,
Yeah.
right? And so we have 2 stories I think you really like that. There's an old saying that where there is a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of these kids, they look at what they're doing and what they're going through, and they're like, man, this is a great business. And and we are in a country that you are able to do that. You are able to take your dreams and get it out there and not only make a business, but really get involved with the community. These 2 kids are giving back. They're and I remember my first 2 ones, or got to be my favorite, was the G Boys, and they were these kids. I mean, we really should have a G Boy in every.
Yeah, he's a big fan. He's a big fan. Y'all have a G fan, okay? So we're going to have to see how we can get you guys on the show because you're very inspirational as well. Yeah.
Yes, you are. So we're going to try. And then, of course, we have a travel section. And the whole idea about the show is, it's Wednesday. Mm-hmm. It's technically it's Monday, but I didn't tell you that. We film the show and then we air it, right? It goes across, as many platforms as we can find. We have Facebook. Mm-hmm. We have YouTube. We're working on a podcast. We're trying. I promise. It's in the works. It's just you know, I grew up with the age of payphones and pagers. So
You letting them know your age.
I know, right? Right. I don't look that old. Hold on. There you go. I look
No,
better.
you're okay.
But you know, just for me to figure out all this technology is something else. It's something else to grow up with it. You know, in your palm of your hand, you have the whole world, and it's something else to have to do research, go to the library, do books and stuff like that. So that's, you know, that's just kind of neat. I always just look back of, you know, my childhood and what kids are doing these days. And, you know, when I was growing up, you couldn't be a 12-year-old entrepreneur. I mean, just there was no way. No. There was just not. There was no.
Well, I'm sure there may have been one.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was one.
One or two, maybe.
Yeah, but it wasn't as common like it is today.
I mean,
you know, there's so much access. They can do so many things with the internet. Honestly, you can learn. And one of the girls, I guess we'll go into it later, but homeschooling. You know, you can skip grades just by going to homeschool. So. And
you know, you can, and at the same time, you can, you know, do your passion. So it's really neat. I you know, it's just a crazy, it's an exciting world. So then we have travel, and you know, just getting out and taking a deep breath and getting away, you know, out of the city. You know, we are the third largest city in the United States, and I feel it every day. I get on the roads and traffic and waiting in line for groceries and going to the bank and just our daily life. You know, it's
and imagine the city hasn't even opened back up all the way. I mean, you know, people are still very cautious and things, and there's so many people out. So imagine when we get back to full speed. So, you know, just hold on. Be grateful for what's out there right now.
Yeah,
because it's going to get much more packed later.
You know, 5 o'clock traffic starts at 3. So, just be thankful. Yeah. If you're sitting in traffic today, it's not as bad as it will be.
Yeah.
Right? So
good news.
That's good news right there. You don't have to worry about that. So we try to get out of the town, you know, at least an hour away. You know, I want to be, you know, I want it to be a drive, but I don't want it to be an exhaustion for you. So most of my stuff's an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tops. You know, I do want to get up to where I want to go. See, I got a segment about.
Oh, you're going to get on that later. Did you take your memory medicine?
I haven't taken it yet, but we are going to have some good news about that. Yes. I promise you at the end of the show.
So where you want to go?
I don't know. I just lost track. My brain just melted
Galveston,
away.
We know for sure.
No, it's 3.5 hours away from here. It's where Nacogdoches. There we go.
There you go.
It popped back in. Mm-hmm. It fell out.
And that's going on 59.
Yeah, it's going 59, and
north?
it's a little bit of drive. I mean, you know, you're talking 3 hours, 3.5.
It's okay. It's nice scenery.
You're gonna. So you know, I want to. I can't pronounce the name either, so I need to take that medicine. Fredonia, there it is. The Fredonia Hotel is a 1960s style hotel that they've redone. And they've even kept the original banister, really a long stairwell up that goes up, and kept a lot of the original actually furniture and pictures, and then they updated. It's modern. It's a modern.
You've been before?
Oh yeah, I love the place.
Oh nice.
My daughter went to SFA up there, so
okay.
Axum Jacks, right? Yeah, Axum Jacks.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know lots of people that have gone to school in Natchitoches. Yeah, it's a nice town.
Yeah. So
and I'm from Shreveport, so I have to drive through Natchitoches to get there.
Oh,
so,
see, the travel section. We're gonna talk about some fun crawfish festivals. Mm-hmm. So that's coming up too. That's my favorite thing. I love crawfish.
Yeah, me too. We could talk about that for the whole show, I'm sure.
How to base it, how to cook it.
Yeah, that could be inspiration, travel.
Heartburn. A little bit of everything. And then we try to have something kind of humorous at the end if we got time for that. So we are going to do that. For this section, I have some stuff that we're going to be talking about. So that's kind of the outline. That's kind of like what we do. That's why we're doing it. And we talked about our mission statement and how you guys can get involved. And that's Good News at G. I'm going to drill that into their brains.
Yeah, Good News with G.
There you go.
At gmail.com. You can find them on Facebook, YouTube, podcast coming soon. So.
It's just real easy to remember. I try to keep it, hillbilly simple. We just, everything's straight across the board there. So that's everything. So we're going to take a quick break, gain our thoughts again, and we're going to come back and, you're going to do your inspirational thing.
Yes, inspirational's next.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We're coming right back.
Have a legal question? Are you a resident of Montgomery County? Call 281-645-6344 to talk to a volunteer attorney from the Woodlands Bar Association. We answer the phones on the first Monday of every month at 281-645-6344 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to provide general legal information and information about legal resources to Montgomery County residents.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce Chamber Chat. The show airs on the first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio. Join hosts Courtney Galley and Brian Bondi as they chat about the Chamber's events and programs for the month and invite Chamber members into the studio to talk about their upcoming events and businesses. Learn about your Chamber with Chamber Chat every first Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Hey, we're back. So, we're back to my favorite part of the show, and it's the inspirational. So,
yeah, we're excited about this one. So today, we're talking about two young ladies, and they're going to blow your minds. And they're both 12 years old. Get that. So the first one comes from 12-year-old prodigy. Her name is Elena Wicker. Elena Wicker, you guys, get this. She's from Arizona, and she's on her way to college already. That's right. She'll be attending Arizona State University. And get this, she's going to be a double major in astronomical planetary sciences and chemistry. Like, who does that?
Well, it wouldn't be me.
Who does that?
And at 12, I was climbing trees and,
and getting into the dirt.
And, falling out of the tree, falling off my bike, just stuff in the neighborhood that, people need to revisit. I mean, I had a sandbox that I had World War II going on half the time in there.
Right, and in your mind.
I really did. I would take out the stress of the day in there. If I had a bad day, it'd be sandbox day. It was. I just loved that. And so
that's the imagination of a kid. Yeah, for sure. But she uses her passion for building. She has a passion for building, and it started with Legos.
Yeah, I know. I remember, right?
Yeah, as an infant.
Yeah. Well, not as an infant now.
Yeah,
this girl is amazing.
Working with Legos.
Yeah, I remember my first Lego.
Remember Legos?
Oh, and I remember the small ones. Because we started out not with the big ones.
Yeah,
they
were really little. Those could get lost, and you could step on them and hurt your feet.
They were half my Lego set was in my sandbox. Believe me, that thing was full of Legos.
Yeah, but fun fact, I bet you didn't know this though. Legos came out in 1949.
See, they're older than me, all right?
1949. So now you don't feel so bad,
I
right?
don't.
Now you don't feel so bad. You're showing your age, but Legos is even older. But yeah, so she hopes to work for NASA at the age of 16 once she graduates college. So, that's an inspiration right there. She wants to work for NASA. She's double majoring. She graduated high school already at the age of 12 because she was homeschooled by her mom. So, she's going to do great things.
It's just nuts. It really is. People like that these days have so many tools in front of them. You really do. Resources, tools, and, parents. It's just, it's hard to go wrong these days. And people respond to that. Me being, 56 trying to sell something instead of being 12, I guarantee you that 12-year-olds.
But you know what? Let me tell you this. I'm glad that you said that because her inspirational quote is, it doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter what your age is
I believe.
Or what you're planning to do. Go for it, dream, and then accomplish it.
That's right.
That's from 12-year-old Elena Wicker.
Do not listen to anybody. Do not. If you have a dream, don't listen to those people that want to tell you can't do something because that should make you want to do it more.
Even more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just follow her journey, and in about 4 years, let's see if she's working for NASA at age 16.
I want to get her in here so I can get a free pass, so I can go take a ride somewhere.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see what she does.
But we do have a clip for her, and this is where do we get this thing from? This is Houston Life. Where did we get this stuff from?
This one is actually from ABC7.
ABC7 in Chicago, the Windy City. I was up there one time with visiting my stepmother. Oh, it was so cold. I had icicles growing from my mustache. Oh, I love Chicago, but you couldn't get me in a place where I'd have a snowblower and a lawnmower. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's a double whammy.
But
one or the other, right?
Yes, please, one or the other. But we're going to do a clip with her.
Let's see.
12-year-old Elena Wicker from Arizona, already completing her high school through at-home schooling, and now she's off to Arizona State University. She plans to major in astronomical and planetary sciences and chemistry, of course. Her hope is to land a job at NASA when she's 16. Sure.
It doesn't matter what your age is or what you're planning to do. Go for it, dream, and then accomplish it.
Well, her eventual goal is to build equipment like the rovers on Mars.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
and it all started with Legos.
Legos. I mean, who knew?
I don't know. I wish I could build something out of Legos like that.
That is
I was
so
lucky to
great.
get a stick figure and a car. And she's
She
building.
wants to build things on Mars.
I know.
That's awesome.
Right.
I mean, that just goes to show, use your imagination,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
as a kid,
Oh, I know. And so then we got one more.
Our next story comes from a young lady who's also 12 years old.
Oh,
she is
God.
the CEO and owner of her own company, Miss Jordan Wright. That's Jordan with a Y.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
so
I saw the
she-
spelling on that.
Yeah, her company is called J. Brielle, which I'm assuming is her middle name, J. Brielle Handmade Goods. And what she does is she has bath products. So she does soaps and lotions and bath bombs and perfumes for kids her age, and for anyone who is interested in homemade products that are not toxic. So the way that she came about this was that she had eczema when she was even younger. She's 12 now, so even younger. She had eczema, and she said she couldn't get all the fun, cool-looking, good-smelling soaps because they were bad for her skin and they were kind of expensive. And
Yeah, I know. I mean, she's really thought this out. And
Yeah.
my favorite part of when I read this was that when she said when other kids were baking goods and cookies and stuff, she was
Baking
she
soap.
was baking up
She
soap.
was baking
She's just
soaps.
baking up soap.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And she actually saw a big boom in her sales for COVID. Her sales doubled. She thought they would go down because of the coronavirus, but nope, they actually boomed. So that inspired her to keep going. And she considers herself a problem solver and a go-getter. So she solved her problem and she's going after it. She's getting it. Now, let me read this for you. Jordan said, "Why should I have to choose between what's good for my body and my allowance? So I decided to make my own. And J. Brielle is so much more than just soaps and bath bombs. So I encourage you to look into her. She's a big inspiration as well."
Yeah, I'm really impressed with her too. I mean, we're talking about 12-year-olds, and it's so funny when I look for content, that's all it seems to pop up because people that are like
That are
12,
young, yeah.
that are young.
Yeah,
it's,
they're doing big things. They're prodigies. And the good thing with her is that she's actually closer to home. She's here in Houston.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
you could probably just reach out to her and you could go pick it up. You don't have to worry about UPS and somebody dropping something off in your door and taking it. So,
Oh, God. Let's not even go there. This is good news.
Yeah. So
So I'm excited to see the video. Do you want to roll the
yeah,
clip?
we have a video for her too.
Yeah, and this one is from Houston Life.
Yeah, Houston Life. These are the guys. We got to give everybody credit.
12 years old, and the name of my business is Gabriel Handmade Goods, and I make soaps, bath bombs, lip balms, and more. Well, what inspired me to start was I had eczema when I was little, and so I couldn't get all of the fun, cool-looking, and good-smelling soaps that I wanted. So I decided to start making soaps for myself, and then I started giving them away at my church and selling them. And people really liked this, and so I was like, hey, why not turn this into a business? And here we are today. but I have to mix quickly because if you don't mix quickly, it will fizz. I just started making it in my kitchen. It was really just a lot of testing because some of the recipes, like with the humidity in Texas and stuff, they weren't working. And so I was really just going back and forth with certain ingredients, just increasing certain ones and decreasing certain ones. So really using that there. So I have to get the ratios right. So it's a lot of ratios here. And you want to be really careful and just kind of keep the stamp on there like so. And then carefully remove it. And there you have it. Perfect. For COVID, I actually doubled my sales, and I almost sold out that Christmas, which was amazing. You know, COVID was really crazy, and I expected my sales to go down, but then going up was just really surprising. And so I'm just really thankful to everyone, all my loyal customers for that.
Hi guys, it's Jordan. Today I'm going to tell you guys about cold processed soap. Cold processed soap is made with a process called saponification, where fat and oils are turned into soap and alcohol.
This business was made for me to create and to sell. I'm very creative, and so that's really my favorite part about this business.
Now it's time to watch this band girl feel.
Make sure that what you're doing is something that you love, because if you don't love it, you're gonna wake up and be like, oh, why do I have to do this? Yes, but if you're doing something that you enjoy, it's really going to be really easy for you because you have a drive and you have passion for it. And so it'll be easier than waking up every day for a job that you don't like to do. I am going to be giving a speech for junior achievement to middle schoolers, hopefully inspiring them to start their own business or incorporate something that they love into their daily lives. I really do enjoy seeing joy on other people's faces because it brings a smile to my face. Just the whole point of this business is basically to make people happy and make them feel good about themselves. And so that's the best part for me.
You know, she is right about having passion. That's something that, that's one of the reasons why I started doing this, because I wanted to have some fun with it, and I wanted to really get out there. And she talked about she touched on a lot of stuff that, I truly believe in. And that, what this is really all about. So I really, she's something else. She really is. She's a firecracker.
The very last product on there that they zoomed in on was called Sweet Dream. So dream sweet, you guys. Dream sweet.
That's right.
She's a big inspiration. And she also says that the very first ingredient always is a little bit of laughter. Yeah. So she does a lot of laughing, which is great.
She really, I can tell just by, what she said about getting up and, doing something that you're going to be happy with. And that's so true. Yeah. Don't pick something out that you're not going to be happy doing.
Yeah.
Just to do it.
You'll be miserable just waking up thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
Let alone doing it.
So she's
spot on.
She really is. Mm-hmm. And so, she also touched about some other things about how that she how she likes to sell, which is another thing you got a lot to do. If you're going to do a product, you got to be able to get in front of people.
Yeah.
And sell.
Right. So she said that she's actually very creative, and her mission is to sell things, be creative and sell, which is what she loves to do. So she's going to be speaking with young aspirational business owners through an organization called Junior Achievement to hopefully motivate them to pursue fulfilling careers and pastimes, because young kids, they kind of get bored easily. They don't really know what to do. So this is a big inspiration for them, not only to think about a career, but their hobbies. What do you like to do, while passing time?
Yeah. And so, I mean, that organization, I've heard of them before. So they do a lot of good with these kids, because
pretty awesome.
They give them the tools and they tell them, if you're going to do this, you might need a business plan. If you're going to do this, something that, they wouldn't necessarily have, an idea what to do with. Mm-hmm. And as long as it's one thing to have an idea, but it's another thing not have a roadmap per se.
Yeah. And she's kind of like the blueprint for you. She's like a roadmap. I'm sure you can reach out to her and get more insights and information.
Well, I want her on so I can get some bath soap.
And she's from Houston. That's even better. We might bath soap for who? Your wife?
Yes, for my wife, not for me. Not for me, all right? It's for the wife, all right?
Yes. So that was wonderful. I'm so glad that we know about those two prodigies. I can't wait to follow their journey. So let's follow back up with both of them in a few years and see what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now our very last quote or inspiration is from Helen Keller. And if you don't know about Helen Keller, she was blind and deaf. back in when, like the 1950s or so?
Yeah, it was a while back.
It was a while ago, but she lived a really, pretty amazing life, even though she was, had so many difficulties. But this quote is beautiful. It's, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence." And this is from Helen Keller.
And that's so true. Hope is one of those things that we all have to have, no matter what we're going through. Tomorrow's another day, right? And things change hourly. I mean, look at gas prices.
That's a good one. They're up today, down today.
I physically drove by my house. I kid you not.
Yeah.
And I went to get some groceries. So I passed the gas station. It was like, maybe it was like $2.36 or whatever. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, I'll get some gas on the way out as I do my other ones. I came back and the thing was up 10 cents.
Yeah.
I was like,
I've seen them actually with that big long stick changing the numbers. And I'm like, so if I go now,
I just want to knock them off the ladder.
Is it the price right before you put it on? Or they're like, okay.
Right, as they're putting it up, you want to drive with it.
It changes in the middle of the day, not even overnight.
No, yeah. So that's so true. So tomorrow's another day. So if you can't do it today and maybe there's something going on, there's always hope. And that's that's her word. That's out of her mouth, that's hope for tomorrow. So I know a lot of people these days, there's so much tension, there's so much, chaos going on that you think it's just not possible. But it's not true. I mean, it really isn't. You take baby steps, and then once you get to that, then you look around and you open a lot of doors. These kids, I'm sure they had obstacles in front of them.
Yeah. I mean, being young is a great obstacle.
When
you're 12 or you're 8 trying to start a business. They didn't just start the business today. They were probably 8 and 6 when they thought about this. So that's an obstacle in and of itself.
Yeah, age.
Yeah, so they were able to accomplish this. So you can do it.
So for a 12-year-old, you can, right?
We can do this. We can do this.
Yeah.
So before we go to a break, I just want to remind you all that this is Good News with G. Make sure that you find us on YouTube and Facebook. And if you have any good news to share with us, please share it on our Gmail, goodnewswithg@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Please, content, right?
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
We would. All right, so we're going to take another break, and we're going to come right back.
See ya.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids are removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Mike from Dance Time in Texas. Join me Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. as I count down the top 10 Texas Red Dirt songs that are packing the dance floor. I'll be featuring local artists and the story behind the hits, shows in the area, as well as new songs that make you want to dance. It's Dance Time in Texas with DJ Mike on Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
Hey, we're back, and it's time for our travel section. It's time for you guys to get in the car and drive, right?
Where we going?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, we're ready to get in the car. We want to get out of here, man. We want to get out of this smog and pollution, this town and craziness. We want to get out.
But we're staying in Texas.
We're staying, yeah. Where we're going to go is, Alvin and Pearland and all that stuff out there. I remember when I was a kid growing up that was all rice paddies. My dad and I used to go out there all the time. It was one road in, one road out, and there was definitely no $1 million homes over there.
I even remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. It was just trees.
It was gorgeous. It was a really nice drive. If you were going to Corpus Christi, you had to go through that place. So, I mean, there was all these great little small little hole-in-the-wall type restaurants you could get off on.
Mom and pop shops.
Yeah. Okay, stop.
Reminiscing.
I'm depressing myself.
But there's some really great stuff out there now. Tell us a little bit.
We got, there's a farm out there called Froberg's, and if I'm mispronouncing that, you can slap me later. All right, but that's my Texas accent talking away.
Froberg's farm.
Froberg's
you got
farm.
it right.
So they have a huge strawberry field. I mean, if you've never picked or had fresh strawberries, they're big. Right? I mean, you looked at that picture, Keish. I mean, they were like, oh my God, they're monster. They're not these little things you get in the store now. That these are big. These are a couple of bite-sized things.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
Little miniature watermelons.
Really? Yeah. I mean, that's just the testament of homegrown local foods.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, nothing tastes sweeter than those strawberries. I'm telling you.
So now tell us, when are they open and when can we go?
Well, they say they're open 7 days a week, so pretty much any time. And they, it's really cheap. I mean, it's not that expensive to get in there. You're not talking, $10, $15, $20 a car. I mean, what does it say over there, Keish? What does it go under?
Actually, it's entry is only $2 per person, ages 2 and up.
Can't
beat that. Kids under the age of 2 are free. And strawberries are $3 a pound, which is great because they're huge.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go home with a big amount. You pick them and you pay.
Yeah,
it's easy.
And so what is they give you they give you a white bucket, and so my mom was just out there, so they give you different sizes in the buckets.
Yeah.
I think you can get a 3 pound and a 1 pound.
Okay.
So you can really,
you have options.
You get some options there.
Yeah,
and
pretty
so
awesome.
and once you get through picking that, you're going to be thirsty. You're going to be tired because we still are. This is Texas. We got humidity and stuff.
Yeah. And the field is really large, so it's a lot of ground to cover,
Yeah. And
but besides the strawberries, they also have other fruits and vegetables as well.
Yeah, they got like a fruit stand, a farmer's market kind of place. And then they also grow tomatoes, I think, is what the guy said. You can actually pick tomatoes too. So, and then you can go inside their country store where the other produce is, and that's all fresh, I guess, from other local farms and stuff like that.
Wow.
So you can go in there and kind of peruse around a little bit and get some other stuff. And then, of course, they have a snack bar and a bakery. So, I mean,
yummy.
You're not going to leave hungry from this place.
It's a whole day. Yeah. Take the whole family.
What you do is you pick them, then eat a couple, then pick a couple more, eat a couple more.
That's pretty awesome.
And then you sit down, and of course, they have my favorite thing, chili dogs.
Ooh.
If you're a Texan and you don't know what a Frito pie is, believe me, you'll find out when you get there.
And you know what else they have? It says they have cookies and cupcakes and peanut brittle and jelly preserves and pralines. I mean, anything you can think of. Snow cones.
There you go. I mean,
oh God, this sounds delicious. Can we go now?
I'm ready to leave. I'm sorry, the show's over with. We're driving right now.
They're open every day. Let's go.
Yeah, we're ready. I mean, peanut griddle. I sandwich my strawberries and peanut griddle, and I make a sandwich of that bad boy.
Oh God, that sounds delicious. But let me just let you know that they also they're closed excluding major holidays. So don't try to go out there like on Christmas.
Yeah, don't go there Christmas Eve. It's not going to be open.
But they're open pretty much every day, just except
or
holidays.
If it's pouring down rain, we need to use some common sense here. Or if it's or if it turns 15 degrees or 19, whatever it did.
That won't be fun.
Hey, not going to be fun.
Not going to be fun. You want to have fun when you go. Yeah.
Please.
But this sounds like a great idea. Froberg's Farm. Please make it a day. Make it a trip.
Yeah, I mean, it's real. Like I said, I think it's in Alvin. So depending on where you are, I mean, for me, it's like an hour and 30 minutes,
It's not too bad at all.
You know? Depends on traffic.
Listen to a CD and you're there.
Yeah.
It Sing a song.
Depends on the traffic. It depends on, if somebody's looking at a wrecker when his light's on and you're trying to drive by.
Yeah, rubberneckers.
Yeah, rubberneckers, yeah. Mm-hmm. But you'll be able to get out to Alvin. Alvin's a neat little place.
Yeah, it is.
It's got that hometown feel, and it's actually, when you go out that way, there's a lot of shopping. They've got a mall out there that just opened up not too long ago. They've got, if you're going to need to pick something at Target or whatnot as you're going out there, or if you need something else, there's all kinds of stuff there. So
that's awesome. I can't wait to go. You've convinced me.
I know.
Has he convinced you? I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go.
So I've got a video that I pulled up, and where did I get this video from? I can't remember where I got it. I think it could be I think it's a local. I think it's ABC. I think it's ABC 13 is where I got that thing from. But I got it from somebody. But there'll be like a little emblem at the bottom of Froberg's where I pulled this from. So I always want to give people credit because they spend a lot of time putting stuff together. Yeah. So, and I like Channel 13 anyways. I listen to those guys all the time. So let's get to that tape. I think we're gonna. Here we go.
My grandparents moved here in the mid-30s and started farming strawberries. That was a big crop here in Alvin. By 1942, World War II came out and took all the guys for the draft for the Army because we didn't have any labor. Grandpa didn't know what to do, so he decided to run it across the radio and announce it that you could come to Alvin, Texas and pick your own strawberries. And so on April 2nd, 1942, Froberg's was born. We're open to the public 7 days a week. We get people from Galveston, Katy, Dallas, San Antonio, the Woodlands, come from all over to come over here to pick strawberries. We're family-oriented fun every day. On our farm here, we have a roadside market.
And you'll pay at the farmer's.
We have a bakery, a snack bar. You can buy vegetables, purchase all kind of trail mixes, jams, relishes, all kind of items. We're the largest strawberry farm in Texas. I guess I'm the craziest because I get tired and the weather's bad and I want to give up. And then a family will come to me and they say, this is the greatest thing. My kids didn't even know how strawberries were grown or tomatoes were grown. And they come and thank me. It's the best you can grow. And that right there gives me the motivation to want to keep going.
Well, there you go. That's, there's... Isn't that neat?
Is wonderful.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go. Did you see all those acres?
I know.
All those rows of crops?
I might have to do a couple of push-ups and do some leg work before I go
We've got to drink a lot of water because it looks hot out there.
Yeah.
But that is awesome. He said people are coming from Galveston, Katy, Dallas, San Antonio.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
all over.
We've got the largest strawberry farm.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
In Alvin, Texas. And they came out in 1942.
Yeah.
So that was right around Legos.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of stuff happening.
Legos and strawberries.
A lot of stuff happening in the 1940s. It was great.
I was born the wrong time, man. Legos, strawberries. Oh my God, what else came out there?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
I'm going. Like, I'm so convinced.
Yeah, I haven't been out there either, but my mom's been out there like 3 times or something crazy. She's always it was last week. She brought me a thing of strawberries, and I'm still eating them.
That's awesome.
They're so good. I mean, you really have never. It's like getting fresh corn. Have you had like fresh corn?
God, fresh anything is great. Have you ever dipped your strawberries in sugar? I used to dip my strawberries in sugar when I was a kid.
And I'd have a Hershey bar next to me.
Whoa,
and I'd be like,
sounds great.
It's chocolate and strawberries, man.
Oh, that sounds so good. And it's healthy, mixing healthy with, a little snack.
Yeah. Got to have dark, though, please. Dark chocolate. I can only eat dark chocolate.
And it's healthier for you, too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Dark chocolate's better for you.
So where are we going next?
Where are we going to go next? Well, it's that time of the year. It's Blueberry Festival, right? Oh, my favorite time of the year. I mean, it really is. I love Blueberry Festivals. Whether it's a food or just some of the neat products that are out there or people, the artists that are out there, making stuff. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I went to a festival not too long ago and they had this cream that you could get to relieve sore muscles, aching backs.
Made out of what?
I have no idea, but it works.
Really?
I don't know if they put a voodoo spell over that thing or what, but man, that stuff's great.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah. So plus they had a guy that had a really nice like stein, like a beer stein made out of aluminum, and it was like $15, so you could fill it up as much as you wanted the whole time you were there.
Wow.
I mean, I filled up so much he got to know me on a first name basis.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah,
he's like, he's coming back.
You were taking advantage. That's right.
Yeah, so there's always something fun at Bluebonnet Festivals. There really is.
That's awesome. So it's like vendors.
They got vendors, and then they have just all kinds of food.
Because when you said they made a cream, I'm like, did they make it out of the bluebonnets?
Oh, God, who knows?
Is that an ingredient?
It could be, but it worked. But my favorite thing too is just the crazy stuff they got. You just never know what somebody's thought of and put into a product. I mean, it's just
that's so true.
It's always fun to do that because
that's so true.
the small business is the backbone of this country. And for a big company to do something, it takes forever. It's longevity. But a small company can whip something out in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's true.
And they can just go, oh, let's do this. This is a product I want to make. And like the girl that made the soap.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, to heck with breaking brownies. I'm going to make some soap.
That's right. Yeah, and look at how many people are actually making soap. And she's doing it. So don't let the fact that someone else is doing it stop you from your idea. It might be great.
I mean, there's another company that actually has that
non-toxic
kind of stuff.
Natural ingredients.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
And they're huge. They're a big market. I think they're like in Macy's and a couple of big department stores. Yeah. And she's still competing with them.
That's right. She's doing great. And she's 12, so that kind of gives her some leverage. She's different.
Yeah. But it shows you that there's always room for competition.
Yeah.
There is. I mean, you could be selling ice cream and another guy could be selling ice cream and you're still going to make money. It's just, you really have to have some self-confidence in yourself and you just have that drive and determination and you will be able to do what you want to do.
Yeah. I can't wait to go to this festival and see what kind of vendors are out there. This is exciting.
And so...
and where is that at? What part of Texas?
My favorite one's already done. So it was at Chapel Hill. So that's a really nice drive, actually.
Wow.
Even when this festival's over with, if you want to drive up that way, you just take 290 and you just head out of town like you're going toward, Austin or whatnot. And, Brenham's up that way. There's Chapel Hill. Then there's Brenham. And so we're going to do a thing to Brenham too, where Brenham's the home of my favorite Bluebell ice cream, of course.
Oh yeah, you can't go to Brenham and not get Bluebell.
Oh, you can't. I mean that's sacrilegious. Don't do that. I'm gonna have to report you to somebody. Yeah. And it's still $1 a scoop, believe it or not.
Wow.
So brain freeze for $3. Hey.
Look, now we gotta go get some strawberries. I want to go get some
ice
cream.
We're gonna pick our own strawberries and get vanilla ice cream and mash it up right there.
Yeah, and pick some bluebonnets while we're at it.
That's right.
There's a lot to do in Texas.
I'm telling you.
It's great.
So that like I said, we're going to have to do something to go up there because they've restored the downtown, and I did a little spiel on that, one of the shows earlier. But I want to go back up there. There's a really old, really neat bed and breakfast place. It's really neat. It's really old, really neat. They kept a lot of the furniture, and it's just a fun place just to hang out on the porch and stuff like that, and people watch. So we're going to have to go back up there.
Okay, can't wait.
We missed that one, but if you want to do the other ones, you just have to look at this list. It's a Bluebonnet Festival of Texas. And if you go online, you'll look at that. And you have all kinds of Bluebonnet festivals just all over the freaking place. I mean, just, wherever you want to go.
It's Texas. Yeah.
If you want to take a little longer drive, they got Bluebonnet festivals wherever you want to go.
Yeah,
so,
I'm going. I'm going.
We have 10 Bluebonnet festivals to pick.
You're giving me a lot to do, G. Thank you.
I know, right? And then another one that happens in October. I know this is kind of far out, but at Chapel Hill again, it's the Scarecrow Festival.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of fun. They really do. They decorate so many different scarecrows. It's a lot of fun. They have a lot of, just everything you could think of, really. I mean, they had somebody last year that was, you could get a pen made. You had a machine that hollowed out the wood, and you could get your own pen. You could pick the wood you wanted for the handle, and then you just put it together like Legos. It's like Legos. It's a Lego pen.
We got to start a Lego something. We got to get inspired.
I know. So it was really neat. You could pick the base. You could pick the finishings on it. I mean, and then he just hands you a pen.
Wow.
So
that's pretty awesome.
I was hoping he's going to be out this year, but that was really cool. So they have all kinds.
That's in October.
That's in October. Mm-hmm. And in, also in now this is really far out, but this is something I do that I really enjoy doing, and it's the Dickens on the Strand every year in Galveston, and that's in December, of course. But what are we now? The 4th month?
Yeah, time is flying.
We're almost halfway through the year, and I'm so
yeah. So this is gonna come up on you quickly. So take notes.
This is a note taking session.
Take notes.
This is notes. But I volunteer as a bobby every year, so I dress up as an English old Victorian style policeman, and
I gotta see this.
Oh, I have so much fun with it. I give you a sobriety test, and then I have the Wright century handcuffs and stuff like that.
That is perfect. That's right up his alley too. We're gonna go see you do that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
This is in December.
Yes, it's December.
Oh, we're going.
Yeah, and they have food like you don't believe. The guy that's got the shrimp in a tin is my favorite guy, and he gives you this huge plate, a tin of shrimp. I'm like, this huge, and French fries. For
are they fried? Or?
They're fried, yeah. They're fresh
Okay.
right there. It makes everything fresh, makes his own batter. I mean, it's so good.
That sounds delicious.
See,
Look,
now we're talking
hungry.
lunch. Now we're talking lunch again. Because it is lunchtime. When you you hear us, it'll be, our show is at 11 a.m. I keep forgetting to talk about that. Every Wednesday at 11 a.m. is when we air, and we're out here in Conroe. So we wanted to give a shout out to everybody in Conroe.
Hi, Conroe.
Hey, Conroe.
Yeah, this is awesome. We love it out here. Now, just want you to know that we are broadcasting from Lone Star Community Radio and TV right here in Conroe. Look at the website. It's irlonestar.com. And we're broadcasting on 104.5 and 106.1. So check that out. And before we go to a break, I just have to remind you again, this is Good News with G. Make sure you find us on Facebook. Just start there. And goodnewsatg.com.
Yep, we'll be right back.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Hey there, this is Kathy Sanders reminding you about a local treasure, the new Danville store located next to the Hyatt Hotel in Market Street, The Woodlands. Shopping at the new Danville store, you will find quality, locally produced items for those hard to buy for friends, co-workers, and family members, while supporting a great cause. Shop local, shop for a cause, shop the new Danville store at Market Street or online.
Remember to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on your computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. Lone Star Community Radio broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Yeah, we're back, believe it or not. And, it's almost time for us to go, so we're just going to kind of wrap things up really fast. But before I go, I kind of alluded to the fact, or Keisha kind of alluded to the fact that I'm taking these gummy bears to help improve my memory. So when you get to be, a little older, something past 49, not much past that, right? Mm-hmm. It's great to have something to give yourself a little boost as far as a memory category. And I found these brain performance things that I think is going to work really well. And so I'm going to be taking these things on the show, and you're going to see
if his memory improves.
Yeah.
So let's see. I think we should start some sort of challenge. If y'all can think of a challenge, please email us at goodnewswithg@gmail.com. Get in on the fun. It's just a lot of fun, you guys.
Yeah. So we're going to see. It's Nuriva, I think. I'm going to get you to take a look at that and how we pronounce that. So we're going to take a pill right now on the air.
Let's see if this works.
And we're going to have people standing by just in case.
Oh, that was a gummy bear. Yeah, it looks so good.
It's pretty good, actually. Well, it's strange. I feel a little smarter
already.
My brains are starting to tingle a little bit there.
We're gonna have to test his skills next week. See what happens.
Oh, that's really good stuff too.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, good. So, that's the fourth show. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, it's and I have Keisha here with me.
Yeah, that was so much fun. I'm glad to be here. Good News with G is always so much fun. So you guys make sure that you follow us. Make sure that you keep in touch with us. Make sure that you do your acts of kindness, please, random or not.
Yes, please.
Do them and share them with us on YouTube and at Gmail. goodnewswithg@gmail.com. This was wonderful.
Yes. All right, till next time, guys.
Till next time.